I am live. Hello. Oh, that's so funny. I said I am live and my light went off. What's up with that? That's a little strange. Hello. I am Bobbi Rowntree, born medium, and I am live doing psychic readings if psychic readings need to be done. They've changed because I'm on Instagram. So now I am Instagram friendly, it would seem. So I don't know who's out there. I don't even know if people can find me because, oh, I do have one person who's here. Hello. I usually do this on Facebook. This is my first live I am ever doing without my Facebook platform. My Facebook platform was good. Well, it was not good. It was an experience platform. It was a platform that had a few people on it. Hello, Amanda. And I say hello to you, SM, but all I know is SM. Hello, SM. Because, okay, so if you know me, you have most likely watched me on Facebook. That is where I am, mostly. That's where I have been, mostly, until I was monetized. I got monetized one day. And then, lights out, then I got hacked. And when I got hacked, Facebook decided to disable my account. So the hacker won. I lost, it would seem. I was wondering if it was you, Steve. I thought it was you, actually. The frustration. Oh, how much time I have spent being stressed about it, trying to get back onto Facebook, trying to do that. And that's why I'm talking about this, because I have found that not having Facebook in my life, not having my Facebook feed in my eyeballs, has made my life a little less stressful. Has actually made it so that I am not as horrified. I've been really horrified on Facebook. I have been horrified by the hate. Now in Ontario. I have been horrified by, so much. You have Facebook, you know. And it can be a very negative space and a very upsetting space. So I was thinking when it first happened, because when things happen to me, I just assume, I assume. I assume that it's my spirit guides, that it's the people who are in charge. Well, in charge. I'm the one in charge. As the people who orchestrate the extra stuff in my life, who actually might know better than I do, might actually even have a better idea of things than I do. Okay, the flashing light, right? Is that not annoying? Super annoying. So I'm going to get rid of the flashing light soon. Anywho, so because I'm no longer on Facebook, I know I can't actually connect with as many folks as I could before. It has created a new platform for me to explore, to invade, to put myself all over. That sort of, yeah. So unfortunately, I'm going to let go of that. And I'm going to let go of the stress that it's causing me. And I'm going to let go of, because that's what actually this is about. So, okay, think about it this way too. That light keeps flashing on and off. It's because I actually need to change the light. I actually need, you haven't been, You know, I hadn't been hacked on Facebook yet either, Steve. It wasn't until I monetized. When I monetized, I actually received $25 and a few cents from Facebook. I don't know who's getting my money now. I don't know if someone's out there. So, also, if you have someone named Bobbi Rowntree Facebook friending you, that ain't me. That is not me. I have never been Bobbi Rowntree on Facebook, actually. I've been Bobbi D. Rowntree, never Bobbi Rowntree. I am born medium on Facebook now. I'm not even using my name anymore on Facebook. I am just born medium. So if you want to find me on Facebook, you are absolutely welcome to do so. And when you do, it'll be at born medium. Now, if you'll excuse me for 5 seconds as I fix my light situation, because that's not working, is it? Okie dokie. And now we'll just bring in more light this way. Apologies. Okie dokie. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's get down to business. Oh my God, now the light is working. Of course it is. Okie dokie. Now, Steve, you asked a question. You had a question sitting there before I even came on. So and now this question is vague. It is super duper vague. But considering how vague it is, that's groovy. It's kind of groovy because the less I know, the better. The less I'm led, the better. The more I am walking through it like this, the better, because then I don't get all my bobbiness all over it and I can just actually connect with your mom. Okay, yeah, first, your mom's on the other side. Is your mom on the other side? That's what I need to know. Because because when you connect with people on the other side, I can connect with someone. I can be reading someone and I see dad. And then a man comes in and I think, okay, is that her dad? Or I will say to the person, is your dad on the other side? Or is this person connected to your dad through you? To you. And that is why he says dad. So that's why it can be ambiguous as to even knowing if someone is on the other side. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Could you please, Steve, because your mom's okay. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that your mother is okay, that your mother is actually even going to be fine. Is your mother still with us? Because that would make me think she's still with us. Or that she is in a transitory way in some sort of way. So yeah, actually, can you make that just a tiny bit more specific, but not incredibly specific? Because, okay, if I went by this as your mother is on the other side, if I went by it that your mother is on the other side, I would say that your kids, then I hear your mother's fine. And if somebody is fine, they're usually going to die. If they're okay, they're going to live. So, yeah. So, yeah. Because I see your feet. I see your feet on the ground. And I'm not quite sure because I don't want to screw up your message. I don't want to screw up your message. So, if your mother is on the other side, see, that's a toughie. I don't even know if I want you to answer that, but I might because, and I've read you, but this is the thing. I forget. I forget everything. I forget everything and I do it on purpose. I do it on purpose so that I am fresh and clean and shiny for everyone. Okie dokie. Okay. I don't know why someone's calling me an atheist. Anyway. She's okay. She's still okay. Okay, then she's standing her ground. Because I see her standing and she looks stoic like a prairie lady, with the Peter Pan stands like that. Superman stands like that too. I guess it's a hero stance. So yeah, I think she might even be strong in her convictions. I'm being told to tell you to wait her out. Give her time. But let her know how you feel. Let her know. I actually think the strain is hard for you. I think that that the strain itself, I think that the strain itself is actually taking a bit of a toll in here. And it actually could be because things are good and you want to share it with her in some sort of way. But then at the same time, okie dokie, give her time. They want you to give her time. They want you to allow her to, okie dokie, see the error of her ways. Is this possibly not her fault? Because that's kind of like one's bad, one's good. But is it possibly something that she might need to work through? And is there jealousy involved in some sort of way? And I don't know if I understand that, but it's going to be okay. And why do they keep saying your mother's fine? I find that interesting. I do keep hearing your mother's fine. And I don't know if you worry that she's possibly suffering or not being well cared for or not able to care for herself or something like that. But I keep being told to tell you to wait her out. Patience is a virtue. So I hope that helps. I absolutely do. Okie dokie. Um, okay. Now, I'm going to go through, I got a few people to get out of the way so that I can get to the next people. Okie dokie. Okay. Now, okay. So mostly I have here are ones that aren't working out for me. Um, we have somebody that is in the chat that is being silly for some reason, or they have nothing better to do, I guess. Okie dokie. But okay, I'm going back down to get to the more questions. Okay, I hope that helps, Stephen. Honestly, too. If it didn't, ask. Yeah, hit me again. Hi, I'm going to try to say your name, and I apologize in advance if I say it incorrectly. Hayat, Haya. I'm. I don't know if the T is if we sound the T out. So hello, Mohammed. Thank you very much. How does this work? Oh, hello, Steve. Okay, say it. Hello. I saw your messages yesterday and I didn't get a chance to message you back because it was late and all those sorts of things. Um, it is so good to see you too after so long. What lovely people. Such lovely people. Okie dokie. Okay. I want me some of that goodness. Not sure what that means. Hello, Omar. Hello, Vegas Vlogs. Aren't you adorable? Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. Okay, I don't understand why the use of the name Karen is meant to be an insult. I really, really don't. And I don't see it as an insult, actually, because there's a Karen in my world. My stepson's mother's name is Karen. And I really think the use of that name and the idea of constantly calling women who stand up for themselves or say anything a Karen, I find it really offensive, super sexist, actually, really gross. So, yeah, you can call me a Karen. I'm not going to find it an insult. I'm really not. In fact, it's a name. That's all it is. Anyway, okay, Amanda. I had a dream about a man that made me feel so unbelievably loved and accepted. When does this man come into my life? What can you tell me about him? What an excellent question. It's an excellent question because we can actually foresee things in that way. We can, especially if we are trying to manifest them. And okie dokie. Now, you did say how it made you feel, but the voices in my head are telling me to tell you to look at how this made you feel because yeah, might be that the way this man in your dream made you feel is a way you are going to want to make yourself feel right now. And that was your clue. That finding this in your dream and seeing how he made you feel and the things that it conjured up within your chest, stomach, head, heart, all those sorts of things, you can rekindle that within yourself. And how you can rekindle that in yourself is to treat yourself the way you would want to be treated if you were in the relationship. Now, okay, because I'm immediately seeing it's actually in a Lizzo song, her soulmate song, where she says she sends herself flowers every Sunday. Every time I hear that lyric, I think I gotta start doing that. I gotta start giving myself flowers every Sunday or giving myself some sort of present because if you start to give yourself what you would want from a life partner or a loving partner, then the universe will start to see, okay, this is what she wants in her life. And they will follow suit and bring that to you even quicker. And the universe doesn't give you anything you don't need to know. I also think quite possibly that the feeling of being unbelievably loved and accepted might be something you have not felt yet from another human being outside of maybe your parents or your children. And that might be your key that you need to feel unbelievably loved and accepted. And yet, actually, might want to say it to yourself in the mirror every morning. You are loved unbelievably, and you are so accepted. And I would even cap it off with, I love you, you gorgeous thing. Something like that. Something even to make it fun for yourself, but what you really believe and let it come from your gut and your heart. Okay. And then when will this man come into your life? The sooner you manifest the feeling within you, the sooner he will come in. And it, okie dokie. I'm supposed to say, and I'm not a future caster, really, really not. But they tell me to tell you that he will bring the balance that you would like in your life to be brought to you, but also uh, he will bring you what you expect him to bring, but they want you to be halfway there before he gets there. So I think by Wednesday you could be halfway there. So okie dokie. Now you write in, what can you tell me about him? Or what can you tell me about him? Uh, Honestly, my brain, as soon as I read that, they said, you tell me. So you know what he's going to be like. You know what, you might not know what he's going to look like in his face, but you know what he's going to make you feel. And you know how it's going to feel to be close to him. And you know he's on his way. I am so grateful that all the obstacles are out of his way and he's on his way over to me. Things like that. Very, very, very simple. Very, very, very simple. And they want you to know too, to not attach expectation, because this is something you have not seen. So you do not know what to expect and you do not know what it'll look like. You do subconsciously know because you're having the dreams, but also, yeah, I'm sure seeing you taking the reins on this and actually making this the way you would like to make it, because it's so possible. I know I've done it. So yeah, yeah, take your time. Something I'm supposed to say. And I think you do spells, so you might want to do a love spell. Ooh, okie dokie. Not just love, because you have love, an equality, a partner, an equal partner spell. Not sure how you go about doing that, but apparently there's eucalyptus and lavender involved. Okie dokie. I hope that helps. Okie dokie. No, I'm not an atheist. Totally believe in God. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. Okie dokie. And I'm going up past this. Hello, Pamela. Ah, I'll leave him out of this one. Conflicted. Should I list my house for sale? How long to sell if I do? Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Yeah, I actually think if you list your house for sale, you might want to make a plan as you do it, because I'm not actually sure where exactly you live, but wherever it is, it must be very sought after. And it might get scooped up quite quickly. And they're showing me that if you were to do so, you might even want to do so soon, just because of last minute people trying to move to the island for the school year, or there's something about the September thing. Okie dokie. Now, uh, reasonably priced. They say reasonably priced doesn't have to mean anything to you. I'm not quite sure what that entirely means. It looks like the way that they're showing it, when they show reasonably priced, or when they even show me anything having to do with price, they are showing me where you're going, because you're not going to sell your house and go live in the woods, or sit on the street or anything like that. You're going to sell your house and then move into a different place. They want you to plan where you want to go first, and they want you to predicate that directly and completely on you, because um, you're the decision maker. But they say consultations need to be made. Would it be fair to say you're not entirely sure where do you want to go if you do sell your house? Because I kind of think you do. I kind of think you want to be north of where you are. I kind of think you want to come to, well, this way, to be perfectly honest, not entirely this way, halfway to this way. avoided this way would not, where it is. It's about Qualicum Park's Valley, short of French Creek. French Creek comes up. That's odd. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. It's a good idea for you to look at your options, because it's a very, very good idea for you to start future planning and looking into the future, so you do not feel stagnated, because feeling stagnated will make you stagnated. It will give you stagnant energy. So, okie dokie. And plan for the future based on you. 100% based on you. Because even if and when this is based on two people's opinions, might be the deciding factor. So that is why. Okie dokie. So I hope that helps. But yeah, reasonably priced. I'm not even sure what that, I believe it's over market price is what reasonably priced, which is not logical. That doesn't compute in that same sort of way. But yeah, and it could even be too, if you price your house reasonably, gone. Yeah, it's a very viable location where you are. I felt like I was drowning in love, so to say. That's good. Allow yourself to continue to feel it, even when you're on your own, if you know what I mean. It's a very good idea to do that. Women don't do it enough. Anyway, okie dokie. Now, okay. Please guide and direct me for my financial growth, especially while we're planning for family. I'm confused if we must continue staying in Canada, consider other countries, or go back to India. Huh. Okay, I might be biased, but I don't think I'm biased, because this is actually the first thing I hear. They say that Canada's the one for you. And I honestly, I think that you have other countries in your head, because I actually think that, yeah, it's interesting. You don't work internationally at this moment. You don't do you? I'm not sure that you do. Okay, so the way they make it look that in your work right now, I don't even know that you are completely utilized as to your abilities and the capacity that they could utilize you. It might even be a logistics thing where you can do this, but they can only allow you to do this because you trained in another country or something like that. But they're talking to me about international law. They're also research. My best friend is an insurance broker, and she, as an insurance broker, decided to take every course you could take as an insurance broker. She has each and every course under her skull, and that has made her a very, very valuable employee and a very valuable person. And I think it prepares and allows her to be able to see every avenue of what she's in. That's what they're looking at with you. That what you are in, they want you to start researching as though you are being put into other departments or something like that, because when people are asked to step up to the plate, you will be ready. And your beautiful wife, um okie dokie. Your beautiful wife, there's and it's so funny, because I always see a dog with you guys, and I know you're never going to get a dog, or it would be a thing, wouldn't it? So I actually, yeah, I think that is to show her as a caregiver, a person who takes care of others, who does other sorts of things. And what does um they kind of want her to start to plan financially as well, but in a way where she could somehow work from home, or work while the children are at home. I did. But I was a yoga teacher, and I taught yoga from inside the house, so that when my kids were homesick and stuff like that, I was home. So there's something like that, but it has to do with food, it has to do with dietitian-y sort of stuff. And yeah. But to be perfectly honest, I see her teaching the children about diet, and then I actually kind of see her like she's on YouTube here and doing videos about food and diet and things that people might want to do. And it even could possibly be for women or people who are from other countries who cannot source out the foods they usually get in their countries, and ways to actually get their the food to taste the same way it does at home. Yeah, I think that's a kind of neat thing. Um, anyway, so I hope that helps in some sort of way. Okay. Ooh, it's hard to push these things up. Thank you. Okie dokie. Will you get time together before he leaves? I have an immediate yes. And I want to be right for you because I want to make sure that I tell you what. Oh my gosh, did I ever just about to say I tell you what you need to hear? No, I don't. Because anyone who's had a reading for me will tell you I don't. Yeah, sometimes I tell you things you don't want to hear. I yeah. Anyway, because I do. Anyway, but yeah, no, I have the yes right away. I have no idea why they say it's up to you. But I'll tell you this, when things get out of hand sometimes in your life, and the more frustrated you get when things are out of hand, and by out of hand, I mean they're not in your hands. You do not have control. The more you move into the idea of not having control, the more you won't have control, because everything you think, feel, and see, and say, and all those sorts of things are actually somewhat orchestrated by you. And that is not to say that all your wants, needs, and blah, blah, blahs are always going to be fulfilled because you're the one running the show. The higher, smarter you is running the show. So the higher, smarter you is keeping you away from things that might not be for your best interest. So go with your gut. I don't know this. Why am I even saying that? But I say go with your gut because know what you know inside of you and let that be your guide. So if inside you're relaxed and you know, and then when your conscious mind gets in there and starts going, but what, but look at that, but look at this, but look at that, then your conscious mind actually might be sabotaging you ever so slightly based on what you have seen and what you think you know. This is such a time of faith, and I apologize for that. But I don't know that it's my fault. I apologize for that. Okie dokie. Now, I think I might entirely be on YouTube right now. Not on Instagram, because I don't have 1,000 Instagram followers, so I may entirely just be on YouTube. So this, I'm sorry about it. Okie dokie. So, okay, now, thank you. Oh, okie dokie. Okay, yeah, I kind of do actually see that happening this year. And it's almost like once it starts happening, it never stops happening. I have 3 children, so I know that feeling where it's like, oh my gosh, they just keep on coming. It's there's something like that. Uh, that's interesting. I actually even wonder if your mother wants you to come home, which is quite surprising, actually. Um, yeah, I actually also hear sooner than you think. So I'm not sure where you guys are at in ovulation right now, but yeah, okay, yeah. I call it pregnancy pending is what I call it when I see something like this. I see pregnancy pending. So yeah. Um okay, let me just say this. I think that she should do bound ankle pose. I do not know the Sanskrit name. I apologize for not knowing the Sanskrit name because after this many years of being a yogi, I would definitely say I should know the Sanskrit name of that. So, cobbler's pose, bound ankle pose, something to open up her hips, most definitely. Absolutely, Amanda. There are only 6 of us. Well, if I include myself, there's only 7 of us here, so you guys have me. You can bandy about in my brain all you want until more people show up, if more people can even find us. So yes, Amanda, you can ask another question. Absolutely. Oh, hello, Tanita. That is a neat name. Tanita, did I say that correct? Tanita? Hello. Good to see you. Okie dokie. So now I'm going to start talking. If you guys have questions, you absolutely can just start asking me questions or even start talking to me about the things that I am talking about. So I'm going back to the Facebook idea. It's not the Facebook idea. The idea that sometimes, now I say my spirit guides. Spirit team. I like that. That's an excellent thing to call them, Tanita. And that's funny because I was just about to start talking about my spirit team. So, Tanita, and gosh, am I saying your name correctly? Because I seem to be quite enjoying saying it the way I'm saying it. Tanita. Tanita. Okay. I hope I said that correctly. I see that you've written it phonetically for me. Thank you. Because I need phonetic. Yeah, I'm like that. Okie dokie. Okay, so I immediately see you meditating. And I'm not sure if you already are meditating or they're trying to tell you to meditate, but I know myself through my journey as a medium and being born this way that meditation is it's absolutely essential. It is the maypole of your psychic journey. I absolutely believe that. And in whatever way you pull meditation into your life. So, meditation, okay, now meditation for you is a little bit different. Well, no, your purpose for meditation, because when I see you, your whole spine is lit. So lit. Do you work as a psychic? Are you knowing that you're psychic? Is that what it is? Or do you, a spiritual person is actually what I get. But yeah, okay. So I see the spine as the spiritual superhighway. So when I open my chakras, what I say that I am doing is actually alighting my spine and bringing all the energy up. They're showing it to me like yours is lit. Either that or they're showing this to me. Okay, you need to start. Okay, okay, that makes so much sense. Okay, and if you have health challenges, I'm going to put that up there so people can see that. Health challenges, our body talks. And our mind has only so many concepts it can bring in. Our mind can only really understand what it has seen. So, when your spirit guides and your ascended masters and your crossed over loved ones and your ancestors start chatting at you, if you do not know that they are chatting at you and can't take it in through your mind, it'll go into your body. It will most definitely go into your body. And in my opinion, it actually goes into the nervous system. In my opinion, when our spirit speaks to us, it speaks through our blood. I fully believe that. I believe that because the people on the other side show me that DNA, which is our blood is our DNA. Well, it's in our blood. Anyway, that it is actually the importance of the other side. It is the little link that we have with all our ancestral realm. And I always put the caveat in there because of adopted folks, because of people who do not actually share physical DNA with their family, your infusements. You are a new burst of DNA. Like when Henry VIII used to go and screw one of the ladies in waiting so that he could infuse the boy into the family because his line was weak because he was the eighth Henry. Anyway, so um, I believe that autoimmune disorders and a lot of physical pain is psychic, 100%. Because I myself have collapsing vertebrae, cysts up and down my spine and an inability to take in vast amounts of food. I can only take in small amounts of food. At first, I was very sad. At first, I thought I was being victimized. I would sit in front of plates and cry. I would go through all my pain and cry and say, why do they hate me? Why does everyone hate me so much? And why does this hurt? It wasn't hate and it wasn't anything like that. It was them saying, okie dokie, you're not listening here. So we're going to have to talk to here. And when they talk to here, they're much more severe. So what I do is I look at where my pain is, what chakra that is, what meridians fall on that, when my pain comes up, who's around me. What am I looking at when I'm in pain? Because it might not be negative. It might just be a message. If you get butterflies in your stomach, yeah, you're nervous. And you're nervous because you don't feel powerful. Your stomach lies within your power chakra. So when you don't feel powerful, that chakra says, hey, you don't feel powerful right now, but you're powerful because this is what you're supposed to do. Things like that. So we can go, oh, I don't feel powerful. I'm blah, 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 and go into a negative diatribe on ourselves rather than go, my body is going bloopa loopa loopa in my power chakra, so I must have some power around here. That's actually what's going on. You're being spoken to in a positive. So look at your pain. Look at your pain. When did it start? What year did it start? Did it actually start in 2016? If it started in 2016, I am on the right track with you because 2012 was a very, very big year for a change in our DNA and our people and society. 2016 was the next one. 4 years after that was 2020. Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, but that was, a very big thing, a very big lesson for all of us that I think we failed quite miserably. And now we're in 2025. We're moving through this new change and enlightenment for 13 years now, and it's not over yet. I actually don't even know if it's going to end. I actually think it's going to keep on revving up and keep on moving, and we're going to keep on having extraordinary people being born. Yeah, I think the autistic are extraordinary. Of course I do. Okay. So, and I'm okay. Now, also, I need to also tell you, please, to possibly, you must be young because I'm hearing Pilates. I want to send you to yoga, but you might want to start with Pilates. But if you're in pain, I can't imagine Pilates will be fun. But okay, it's not attack the pain. It's move towards it and extinguish it. And please, when I see you, wow, are you lit? It's awesome. So chakras will help. You might want to do guided meditations first just to learn how you into your place, because chakra meditations sometimes feel not like a task, but like it's a job to do. Like you're going boop, 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 like you're moving up and you don't want to, oh my gosh, right now I'm on my throat chakra and I could have sworn I was just on my sacral and oh my gosh, I missed those two. Are they not open? I've done that to myself. So guided meditations, you can just relax into and get very used to moving through and having someone take you through a meditation. They're almost, in my opinion, like hypnotherapy. In my opinion. I'm not a hypnotherapist. I've only been hypnotized. 2015, 2016. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep. That's a good thing. Yeah. Okay. My digestive issue started in 2016 too. That must have been why I was so drawn towards the crying at the plate thing. Yeah. I thought I had mouths. Yeah. Pilates might be good, but also too, and that might be also why they're talking about this as being a power chakra. I think you have a power. And I think that there is something that you can do. And I think that the more time you spend with yourself, Tay, the better. And within meditation and within holistic eating. And for myself with my stomach thing, it was just give up processed foods. No more processed foods. No protein powders, things like that. No, nothing that you did not see grow out of the ground. Even bread. Sorry. And I know it's wheat, but we process it and we kick the crap out of it and we take the nutrient away and we make it so very difficult for ourselves to digest. So I really hope that helps, Tay. Okie dokie. Hello, Newfie. It's going very well today. Have you made any music today? Okie dokie. Okay, sorry for it's not too many questions, not to worry. There's 8 of us all together, so don't you worry. You guys have at me. Okay, this one's from Karina. Which exercise do you recommend? Okie dokie. Okie dokie. I actually think that the message for her, she has a job to do. And I believe she is a dietitian. If she's not actually an actual dietitian, maybe become one. She's a food specialist in some sort of way. It's very, very interesting too, because I think she comes by it quite innately. Honestly, very like it's just inside of her knowing what goes with what and what nutrients are what. It's really strange. It's almost like you could take her down to just through the forest, because here on Vancouver Island we have food just growing in our forest. We have blackberries everywhere, and they show me that she could actually go, this has more nutrients than this, and I don't know how I know. And this is this color because it does this for your body, and I don't know how I know. There's something like that within her, within Karina. And the exercise that I would recommend for her, getting her hips open. So cobbler's pose, it's also called bound ankle pose. I don't know the Sanskrit name, and I should. And the other one's pigeon, king pigeon pose. I usually get out the king part, but king pigeon pose, just to open up her hips. Yeah, and bring her heart out there a little bit. And please tell her not to worry so much, because I think she's worrying too much. Unduly, they say. Okie dokie. I hope that helps. Okay. Will my granddaughter and her husband move here to Canada? They want to. Oh, sorry. You didn't write that. I said that. Would love to have her back here. They're talking baby. Can you see if and when? Okie dokie. Actually, what I'm seeing is someone slinging a hook. And by that, when mountain climbers, pirates, people like that have like I know there's a name for it, the hook with all the little, and they throw it so it hangs onto something, and then they pull it. Batman does it. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I am seeing your granddaughter like Batman. She is slinging that hook, and she's pulling things more towards her. So she wants to get closer. She's already in the works for it. They're already in the works for it, and it's a really good idea for them. Even though now, the even though actually might have to do with our current house prices or our current economy. I, I actually I hear that song in my head, and I want to use the song so it's not as, because I have a very strong opinion about this, about where Canada's going. But I'm hearing that song, things are going great and they're only getting better. That's the I'm doing all right, getting good grades. Anyway, that's the one they said. Things are going great and they're only getting better. So I actually think that Canada is on an upward trajectory, and that things are actually going to become more affordable again. Huh? What? Yeah. So, yeah, they show her coming forward. And if you want it, see it. Act like it's already there. Act like it's coming. Start thinking about the fact that, oh, they're going to be here for Christmas. I got to start planning for that. Things like that. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Oh, gosh. Okay. There's a few things down here. All right. I hope that helps. Okay, Amanda. I have also been struggling with foods, meaning I have less and less, and yes, okie dokie. It seems to be a stronger thing across the board. I was just talking to another woman I know who works with another psychic that I have actually done videos with, and that psychic is experiencing what I experienced in 2016. And it can make you feel like it's lack. It can make you feel like it's punishment, because we are a society very much that believes that what we want, we should have, and we should have it right the F now. That's that. We really do believe that. So that does help us to manifest things, but it also makes it so that we can overindulge, that we can go overboard. What I learned with my food problem, what I learned when they made a difference in my ability to bring in food, was that actually my readings got better. because I was less lethargic. My body was spending less time trying to process things it did not recognize. And the good foods that are the only ones that I can eat now actually sustain me longer and boost me. Like right now, I have a smoothie every time I work because I need the nutrients. Because because sometimes a little bit, it's like a wish come true for when you were a teenager. You can't eat anymore. You just start losing weight like crazy. You think, oh, well, I'm losing weight. There's that because, in the 80s, no pain, no gain. Starve yourself. It doesn't matter. As long as you look good, doesn't matter how you feel. We're really at the opposite of that now with this one. This is this is how you feel. So if they are purifying you, and that's what it is, in my opinion, is a purification of you with and I dare say as well that your higher self, you either wrote it in your contract that at this time when the enlightenment comes, make me part of it, purify me so I can hear it too, or that your higher self is part of this saying, okay, Amanda's a tiny bit off track. Let's bring her on track, but we're going to have to do it ever so slightly brutally because I signed something that said every time I got off track, punch me in the face. I something or step on my toes. That might be worse than punching in the face. Anyway, but now a punch in the face would suck, wouldn't it? Yeah. Anyway, so, okie dokie. And that is somewhat what they're doing to you, but there's also something else. It is to help you. There's something about red. And I know in what was it, the 90s, everyone went crazy about that red dye number 4 or something like that. Do you remember that? That was a little while ago. But okie dokie. That's weird. I know someone who actually has an allergy to foods that are red. I know. Foods that are red, like tomatoes, strawberries, cherries are red foods. They actually have an allergy to red. So I don't know that it's that. I actually think it's more along the red food dye thing. I think it's more along the lines that sensitive people are more sensitive to the additives and crap that we put in foods because we put a lot of crap in our foods. So yeah, I got to tell you, to start growing your own food. Is that even possible? Is it possible for you to grow some stuff? And if it is not, they're sending me to the frozen fruit aisle in your grocery store. They want you to, there's phytoplanktons. Phyto would be things that are green, I would think. Things that are like lettuce and, well, green. Things that are green. I don't know that avocados fall under that same category because I do believe avocados are a fruit. But okie dokie, they want you to make a list of things you can eat rather than the list of things you cannot. They want you to make a list of going things, and they keep showing me foods that over trial and error I have found that I can eat. So it might even be two that I'm supposed to give you that little bit of a head start, no, I haven't gone through this. I am going through this. It is still a big thing. It does make it so it's hard to eat out. It does make it so that you don't even feel like you can have meals with people because they actually start watching how much you eat to say, oh, you're getting better or something like that. So just give yourself grace because that's what this is about. And I love that you use the word tolerate. I really, really, really do. Because when we tolerate something, we allow something negative to be in our lives because we are strong enough to handle it. I guess that's, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. So tolerate, want. They want, meaning that I have less and less foods my body wants. Your body is rejecting the ones that it does not recognize. And I believe you have children, and this might actually be a little bit of a precursor for things that are going on. It actually, when I talk to you, it makes me think that we as like there's going to be a lot more of us that cannot take these processes anymore, that we are purifying. Yeah, we're starting to know because I kind of think nobody's ever been able to actually eat these processed foods. We've just been able to ignore the pain that they cause, or that we can eat past the pain, or it doesn't come as pain, and that the process does the horrible thing actually in our bodies without our knowing, which that does happen. Cancer, anyone? Anyway, so yeah, I hope that helps. And yeah, if you'd like to if you'd like me to make a video completely based on the stomach thing and show you guys what I do, I will do that. Absolutely, because I think that I have not conquered it, because it's not a fight, but I'm on top of that completely and absolutely. Yeah, we're buddies now. When I go through pain, I'm like, "What? That's surprising." Oh, and nothing helps my stomach. No medicine helps my stomach except for one medicine. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't tried that many more plant medicines, because I found a plant medicine that works very well on my stomach. But you're gonna need to move past the possible intolerance in your brain somewhat, because it gets you high. It's called cannabis, and I use it for my stomach, and it's tremendous. It's actually one of the only things that can actually relax and release the muscles of the stomach so the digesting can begin. And it's not like I just ate 5 rocks. So, yes, I will recommend cannabis as well. Okie dokie. I really hope that helps. Okie dokie. Listen to your mother, Tay. As a mummy, I know mummies are very smart. Okie dokie, newbie. Putting a strap on a cigar box I built. Oh, that sounds cool. CBG LOL. Awesome. Make a video of it. Make a video of it. And yeah, and then come back on and we can get everyone to subscribe and watch your video. Okie dokie. Now, Amanda, you again. Can my son help bring him quicker too? I will and have been doing my part. Okie dokie. Yeah. Okay. If you do that, actually, here you're going to leave it up to him. And it's going to be on his timeline, or it's going to be when he feels you're ready, or something like that. And, okie dokie. But then there's free will. He can't infringe on free will. He's not allowed to. Uh, Okie dokie. But he can help you to the fruition of your manifestation. It'll be through you, but assistance there. So yeah, ask him to ask around. See who he has access to, because they do. They have access to stuff that we don't have access to, or they know they have access and we think we do. And so because they know they have better access, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okie dokie. Okay. Oh, you're so welcome. And you know what? Cuz you deserve it. You're awesome. You both of you are the most sweet, adorable people I've ever met. I just want to hug you and kiss you every time I see you, which would be a little bit of like an assault. Um, thank you, Tay. Thank you very much. Okie dokie. Hello, Carrie. It's been a while. Hello, Linda. Hello from Bella Coola. See you getting an operation. Okay, I actually hear yes, yes, yes. And it's kind of funny. I think it's because you said thank you, thank you, thank you, that they said yes, yes, yes. Not the one you're thinking of? Huh. Not the one you're thinking of, though, they say, but a better one. It might even be, if there is any kind of delay, it's actually so that something else can come along. And one of the things they're showing, I don't know if this is a great example, to be perfectly honest. When my dad had a brain aneurysm, they actually brought in a doctor. Like they pulled a guy from, I don't know where he was, but they pulled him from I don't know where to try to fix my dad's brain. It didn't work out. But that's why I said, is that an example I want to use? But that's what they're showing in relation to that. So it could be, if there is any sort of time, worry not, because it's actually so that everything will collide in the way it's meant to collide. So, and I keep hearing it's not the one you think you're going to get. I'm not quite sure what that means. But uh I don't know if you have an obstruction, it's a rebalancing. And I don't know, I think you have something having to do with either hertz or waves, radio waves, or sound waves, or something about something that goes into the body without us really realizing, because we think it's outside of the body. There's something like that. There's some sort of balancing mechanism or something that you have, and they show you standing in front of it and taking it in and allowing it to do what it's meant to do. I actually even think that there's a thought in your head that yeah, I think you know you can heal, but you don't quite know how you can heal. But please know that you can heal. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, it's almost like if you do have an operation, it is a merely what's the when something just oh golly sakes, it's when something happens, but it like we all just know what kind of happens. What the heck is I can't think of the word, but it's like something, yeah, 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 lip service, but it's not even lip service. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because when we manifest things, when we make things happen in the universe, sometimes we do need that firsthand material world thing to happen as well. But that material world thing is that last cementing of it. It's like when my dad wants to say hello to me, he will say hello to me, but then I'll see an eagle. So the eagle is the material world thing that happens because he said hello. Hope that makes sense. So, yeah, and I think that's what they mean by it won't be the operation you think it's going to be. I actually think that going into it, you're going to rebalance and be able to do the things that you need to do. And I kind of think we have a theme going on here because I think you're out of balance for other kinds of reasons, spiritual reasons. Yeah, yeah. Well, at that place you live, my goodness, the spiritual feelings in the air is like palpable in Bella Coola. I want to build a retreat there, but people would have to be helicoptered in because you got to be a special kind of person to drive that highway. I swear. Anyway, hokey dokey. I hope that helps. And if not, you can keep messaging. There's so few of us, so have at me. I really shouldn't say have at me, should I? Uh, will she get pregnant soon? They have been talking about it. I heard very, very soon. Yeah, like her eggs are jumping. And they're the ones that do it. Did you know that? I didn't realize that either. Eggs will actually pass by sperm. Eggs will actually go to the sperm. They'll pick the sperm. I didn't know that. I thought it was a whole sperm thing, like fastest to the egg gets it. Yeah, didn't know. Okie dokie. Okay, now we have a small garden. Good. Okie dokie. Yeah, yeah. Tomatoes are so easy to grow. And I tell you, if you don't like tomatoes, grow your own and you'll be like, wow, so different. Lettuce, same thing. Yeah. Peas too. They're super easy to grow, but you need sunshine. Red is the color of love. That is true. That is absolutely true. So maybe Amanda needs more love. Well done. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. I will make that video. And also, I don't know if I've ever said this to you guys. I don't know if I've ever said it on a live. I probably have. But I call this drunk talk. I call when I am here talking, oh, even when I'm giving a reading, it's like, when you're drunk and you say, oh, yeah, tomorrow we're going antiquing. And then the next morning, you don't remember you said you're going antiquing. So it's like that. So please bug me and remind me, and I will do a complete video. I could even do a series on the types of foods that I eat and what I go through. And because I actually think there's an awful lot of us actually going through this now in different kinds of ways. Okie dokie. It is to do with acid reflux. Okay. And maybe my intestines. Oh my gosh, Linda, it's just like us. Yes. Yes. You can heal yourself. And yeah, there's a full on, there is a full on theme going on here. And I kind of think that theme is power. because I believe that we have stomach difficulties because we are more powerful than we think we are. And the stomach difficulties help us to identify where we might be missing our true power. Because I really, really, really believe that for a few thousand years now, we have been duped into this idea that all of our power is in another, that all our power is in an entity, a human, a person, a thing. I don't know what you want to call it, but way over there. And we have to be the best children we possibly can, or we won't get that power back. I don't believe that's true. I actually believe that you should be a good human being because you should be a good human being. Because you're connected to every other human being on the planet. And every time you're a poopy face, you actually hurt yourself and you hurt people who are connected to you. If I go and I slap my neighbor, I might as well slap myself because the repercussion of that is going to be like a slap. So I fully believe that we have a power inside of ourselves, and that power inside of ourselves tries to burst through. And that's why you get nervous tummy and butterflies in your stomach. I think that the severity has risen. And that's why we have so many. And it's, I've only ever met women going through it. I don't know any men that are going through it at this moment. But I'm not going to say there aren't any men going through it, but I have only met women going through this at this point. So I'm not going to call it a woman thing, but I'm seeing it in a lot of women. And honestly, who doesn't know their power more than women? They don't know their power. We as women, and I would certainly hope that the ones that are my children's age do know their power. But I do know that I'm 53 and I was not taught I was powerful. I was not taught I was powerful beside myself. I was taught I was powerful with a man and only with a man. And that is nothing against men. I have a son. I have a husband. I got 2 sons. I love men. I love boys. But I love women a little bit more only because I am one. Man, I know I came down here this time to be one because I need to help the other women. And I believe that we are becoming more powerful. It's either that or we are being called to power. And that is why we can't eat. That is why processed foods are giving us so much trouble, because we need to have clear minds. We need to have clear bodies. We need to be prepared and ready. Now, I don't think that we're going to be going into a fight. I don't think that we're going to war or anything like that. I believe that it's a passive, beautiful, nurturing future that we have. I believe that. I'm going to err on the side of positivity and say that I actually believe that we are going through this because I actually think as a collective we are getting better. I would say that we're going through an entire worldly enlightenment, but I need to say it in a way so that it doesn't have the words in it that make people go, shut off my ears, shut off my ears. So, but I believe it's happening and I think it's wonderful. And I actually even think it's a full circle thing. I think we used to know things and then we allowed ourselves to believe something different for a very, very, very long time. And I think that we're learning again that we as individuals are powerful. And I think we're all psychic. I do not think I'm a one off. I'm not. I'm just more glaring. I just have a bigger hole in my head. That's why. So that I can say, hey, you too. Okay. So confirmation, maybe. I have to go and look at what you're talking about, Carrie. Okie dokie. That's a good question. Okay. All right. Here we go. Niffy. It's a knowing, not hoping. One keeps you in lack and one keeps you in abundance. Or so I heard. That's excellent. That is absolutely excellent. I really like that. You're right. The word hope. Yeah. 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 No. Yeah. It's a knowing, not hoping. Yeah. One keeps you in lack and one keeps you in abundance. If you know you're going to get something, you're going to get it. If you hope you're going to get something, I would hope for more than what you know you're going to get. That's what I would do. Okie dokie. You're very welcome, Linda. And yeah, I didn't know about your, yeah. Am I kind of cool? That's a darn good question. That's a question of the year, isn't it? Huh. I feel my weight stagnant. Is it my thyroid? It's a little bit of both. Now, when I say it's a little bit of both, I actually think you might also think it's a little bit of swelling or, yeah, swelling. And I do think it's swelling. I actually even think that if you were standing right here and I poked you in the middle, you'd go, oh, because I think you're sore or sensitive, almost like your nerve endings are. Okie dokie. But there's something that you're holding on to. There's something that's, arr, 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 arr. Now with your thyroid, I do you actually feel as your voice is being heard, or do you actually feel quieted? Because you look strangled to me. You look like you're or like you were trying to get something out and then it stopped. It almost, to me, it looks like actually like you have ribbons around your throat. How interesting. Okie dokie. Now, when they start to go into your thyroid, they start to talk about actually what the thyroid takes care of in the body. They start to talk about your metabolism because that is what your thyroid will speed up or slow down your metabolism. They are showing me bridge pose. Bridge pose is a yoga pose, and I would just say look it up because I can explain it to you. Your knees are here. You create a slide with your body pretty much. Bridge pose will regulate the thyroid. Anytime you get your tuchus up higher than your head, you are going to be regulating your thyroid. If you're having a hot flash, I have hot flashes myself. If you get your butt higher than your head, you will be able to actually stave that hot flash. I also, and I'll do a whole video on this one, I actually think hot flashes are psychic. I think they are emotionally based and I can be looking for something and be like, where is it? And get a hot flash because I flutter up myself. So, anywho, but okay, that's your real world solutions. That's your, okay, this is the things I can do. Start looking into things that regulate your thyroid. Your other solutions, though, you actually might want to keep a journal. You might want to just start writing stuff down because there might be stuff you just can't say to people because it will just shatter things and it's just not even worth to have the conversation because sometimes it's just best to write out the conversation because you know what they're going to say anyways. And when you write it out, you're cathartic. You can get it out. You write all this stuff out. I'm watching you rip it up. I'm watching you burn it. I'm watching you frame it on the wall. Whatever comes out of you, get it out. Grab an empty journal and go to town. And keep it with your crystals, please. Keep it underneath there. Maybe don't tell your kids where it is because they might bring it out and take photos. But yeah. I'm supposed to also tell you take care of yourself first. First, not second, not third, not fourth, first. And honestly, I saw the dog as third. So kid, dog. I think there's a cat, and then there's you. So it's got to be you first. If you don't put your mask on, you're not going to be any good to anybody. So, yeah. And also, let it go. Release. That's actually the theme of this one, too. That was the whole Facebook idea. I was supposed to release my whole frustration with that because my life is happier without Facebook. Anyway, okay. I hope that helps. Okay, you were looking for a word earlier for healing for the Linda, I believe, Newfie. Knowing. Okay. Oh, I see. Okie dokie. Thank you. Okay, Karen, come back at you. I'm still quite in my ability. It's interesting that that's the way you wrote it. Okie dokie. There's too much. That's why. It's just, I see this. Just too much stuff. And I actually even think that's one of the reasons they got rid of my Facebook. Too much stuff. Too much talking. I could be getting ready for work and boom, I would check Facebook. Why? why am I checking Facebook? I'm checking how my post is doing. I'm checking how this is doing. And then I look at something, I get upset. I watch an awful video. I watched a video on Facebook yesterday where a very large man hit a little person. And yeah, she walked up to him and she slapped him. She was this big. He was this big. He slapped her so hard she flew across the room. I couldn't get that out of my head last night. I went to bed with that in my head. So that's why I'm so glad Facebook is out of my life. I shouldn't look. And you're absolutely right, Newfie. I shouldn't look. I know. I meant quiet too. I thought you meant quiet too. I thought that was kind of funny. I thought it was telling that you said that. Sorry. This is what I'm talking about, Carrie. Yes, yes. And yes, I agree with you, Newfie. It's too sad, isn't it? Because Facebook for me used to be a way to stay connected with people that I didn't see on a daily basis. Now it seems to be a way for me to see AI and to be upset about the state of the world. And I'm done with that because the world is not as bad as we keep telling ourselves it is. Things are actually, look at all the wonderful things. Look at all the wonderful things. You can actually be at home and get a live psychic reading right here on YouTube. You can be safe. You can be a woman and have a credit card and own a house. All these sorts of things. I know they're tiny. I know they are absolutely tiny things, but things are better than they ever used to be. They really, really, really are. And we need to start looking at things as though they are better than they used to be, because then they will stay better and they will get even better than this because we set the tone. It's entirely up to us. So they had to take Facebook away from me because it was depressing me. It was making me sad. It was making me think that the collective was going down a very bad road. And I don't want to do that. I want to know that we're all looking towards the Armageddon that's supposed to be. And that is actual peace. That is a utopia. And I know humans aren't quite evolved yet to live in a utopian way. Humans aren't quite evolved yet to stop smacking each other. Humans aren't quite evolved yet to start not hate each other because of the way we look. Like that one. Ugh. But I hope so. Thank you, Carrie. You're so sweet. Carrie is so sweet. And so Carrie here runs a beautiful crystal shop. She runs it out of her home. She also was at the last Anderton Gardens Fair with me, and I hope she'll be at the September one. Will you, Carrie? Because Carrie has beautiful crystals, and she is generous to a fault with them. She's awesome. Thank you, Carrie. Oh, right here. My Smurfs. These are from Carrie's shop because I'm 53 and I used to watch the Smurfs every Saturday morning. So having little crystal Smurfs makes me ever so happy. Okie dokie. Now, unless anyone has any more questions, and I don't know that you do, I would like to... yes, Carrie will be at the Anderton Gardens with me on September 6th. That's, nope, 7th. We'll be at Anderton Gardens the first weekend of September, Carrie and I. I'll be giving readings. She'll be selling crystals. Oh, okay. I got a couple more questions. So I'm going to say them. Okie dokie. My 8-year-old wants to know what her brother does to tell her he's there with her. I actually say here he tickles her nose. That's actually what I heard. I started going like this, like you know when you get a hair or something and your nose is bugging you, or you got allergies and it's just itchy, itchy, itchy. That's not a great thing for him to do. He also, he says he sings her to sleep. I can't imagine. If he does, it might be in a quiet way of letting her go to sleep. What I'm actually seeing is my grandmother, after she died, used to sit at the end of my bed or in my rocker. I had like a little children's rocker. My mom worked at the toy department at Sears, so we'd get all the broken toys. And I had a rocker that my dad had fixed, and she would sit in there. with her Raggedy Ann doll that she made. So that's what your son is showing me. So I'm thinking he actually talks her to sleep, or he soothes her to sleep, or he helps her to go to sleep. And that's what he is trying to do, because that's the best time for him to talk to her. And he doesn't want to scare her, because he has when she was little. He has to be very careful. Uh oh. Do you see Bella Coola ever burning up or a large earthquake? My immediate answer is no, I do not. Yeah, no, and actually, they make it look like Bella Coola is protected in some sort of way. Now, you know how people use the term God's country? That's actually what I heard. It's not a term I would use, but it's a term I know very well. And that's what they're showing. Yeah, and actually, it has to do. I'm seeing the mountain that looks like the sleeping fella. That's what I'm seeing. It's almost like he is protecting it in some sort of way. Like there was some, yeah, it's weird. It's very interesting because it looks very ancient, but the Bella Coola Valley itself, um, yeah, and I feel this every time I go there. Every time I go there, I think, ooh, wow. It's actually the thing that keeps me away from Bella Coola is how sequestered it is from the rest of the world. Or the rest of Canada, or everything. Yeah, it's that road. I'm terrified of that road. Have you seen the Bella Coola Road? If you have not, look it up. Oh my goodness gracious. I have to find the video I took when we went down it. I didn't even look. I just took a video. That's how scared I was. Anywho, so yeah, no, I hear you're safe. I absolutely hear you're safe. Yeah. I also hear the word collaboration. So we'll see how that goes. Might bring me to Bella Coola that much quicker. Okie dokie. Now, other things I want to say to you. Okay, did you know? And you may know, because I had the like this, and then I made a choice, and they put me like this, and I did not undo it because I'm old. Anyway, right there, Samantha's Folly. In fact, right here, Samantha's Folly. This is my book. This is my novel I wrote, and I wrote a novel because I believe that people can learn more, or at least I know I can, from stories rather than just information. I also I didn't want to be another voice saying the same things. So I thought I'm going to write it as a novel so that people can see themselves in the characters. And then I can talk to people about mediumship, about psychic energy, about spirituality through the characters. This is the first one. I am still writing Lisa's Temptation, which is the second one. It is, I'd like to say it's almost done, but I keep thinking it's almost done. It's the thing about writing a book. You can think, oh, I'm just about done. And no, you're not. No, it takes as long as it takes. Anyway, Samantha's Folly is about a family that lives above a metaphysical shop. And Samantha, who is the youngest child of that family, finds herself in a car accident, and she goes into a coma. The doctors cannot explain the coma, but spirituality seems to be able to. So Samantha's parents have to figure out a way to bring Samantha back and out of her coma. And they do that through spirituality. Anyway, so that's Samantha's Folly. That's my first book, Lisa's Temptation. My second book, I really hope will be out by November. And I will be doing this every Saturday. I'm actually going to try to do this every Saturday. If I don't do it every Saturday, it's going to be every second Saturday. They will be Psychic Saturdays. So I want to try to give you guys something to count on and something to look forward to. Me too. Goodness gracious. Don't we need that? All righty. I'm going to actually thank you for joining me on my first Psychic Saturday. I hope that it went well for everyone, because I really think it went well for me. I enjoyed myself tremendously. And thank you so much for everyone who came, for everyone who found me. And I'm going to be here next week. And I won't be on Facebook. I just won't. I just can't do it. Okay. I hope that all of you have a great Sunday tomorrow, a great rest of your evening tonight. I hope something magical happens to me. And Okie dokie. I will look into that, Newfie. Apparently, my book reminds if I stay. Okie dokie. So it was such a pleasure to see all of you. It was a pleasure to help you if I did. And I really, really, really hope I did. And I will see you next week. Okie dokie.